We are talking today, really great conversation with the Anointed Pace Sisters, a legendary gospel group who grew up here in Atlanta, known worldwide, have traveled together, performed together, and gone through that whole little dating part of life together. All right, so folks know, first just tell me your names, just the first names, just so folks know who we're talking to.
Latrice.
I'm Lydia.
Leslie. Melonda.
June.
Out of the 9, right? Because it's a robust group of sisters, right? And then who's single? June, married and quiet over there on the corner, just smiling like, I ain't going to mess with this foolishness anymore.
Right.
But for the rest of you, this concept of being single and saved, challenging?
It can be very challenging because going in as a saved young woman, being taught the way that we were taught, you know, sex is out of the question. And so if you're in a long-term relationship, that kind of comes up.
That becomes a challenge for the gentleman who's...
For the gentleman. So...
do you just end up ending it?
Actually, yes.
You do. The
Yes.
men...
I do. Yeah. Because it's like, you know, I'm standing firmly on this.
Yeah.
So...
no regrets.
Absolutely not.
Because this is your heart, this is your conviction, and you feel good about this.
I do, because people need to understand that when you lay down and have sex, it's just not a physical transaction that is happening.
That is the truth.
But something is also happening in your spirit that can also mess up your peace of mind and so many other barriers in your life.
Absolutely,
so
absolutely.
You have to make sure you're balanced.
Ms. Leslie.
Yes, ma'am.
Sister Leslie, I understand you have a hard line position. All these brothers in the church.
Well, I do. And basically my position is that if you've dated one, you pretty much dated them all, because they all have, from my perspective, the same way of thinking, the same way of doing things. If you say anything, you automatically know what his answer is going to be. They want to go to conventions. They just want to go to church.
How long, may I ask, the conventions part, you have me tickled there. How long, may I ask, has it been since you've been on a date?
Since I've been on, about 15 years.
15 years. May I ask, have you ever dated maybe somebody not from the church? Like the guys who don't have to go to conventions?
You know what? When I see them, they never say anything to me. Like, I have this new job, and they're like, how you doing, Miss Pace? I'm like, hi.
Oh.
So it's that. It's never, hey, what's up? It's just, how you doing?
Because you're a Pace sister. Is there pressure that comes with that, Melonda? Has that been part of it? Everyone thinks, ooh, those are Pace sisters.
Yes, somewhat it is. But I just made a conscious decision just to do my personal thing. You know, because God is with us always. But my thing was, I called the girls together. I said, those that was there, I said, I'm just letting you know what I'm going to do. And I was just tired of not having, I did have boyfriend, but just being a virgin. And I just made my decision, I don't want to be a virgin anymore. And, you know, different one was like, giving me the scripture, I'm like, that's right.
What did your sisters, because I already know what your parents, we don't have to go back that way. But what did your sisters say?
Yes, that's what I'm getting ready to tell you. One sister was like, you know what God said, the Bible says? I'm like, I know. So I made a conscious decision.
And you do have a son.
I do have a son, Blake Wesley Pace. And
again, no regrets.
No regrets.
Because Wesley, he is a blessing.
He's wonderful, and he plays.
Was there any, just reconciling that? Because we've had, you know, seasoned women who are virgins on the show, and they talk about this is, you know, if you decide to go in a different direction, the struggle with that.
And I've learned from that, and it was a struggle, trying to do my own will, you know, and doing it God's way, but I'm trying to do it my way. And you come to that rock, you know, it's like, I'm still with you, even though you didn't do what I said do. You didn't wait. But in the process, a ministry came from it. So I want to minister to the young people, the older people that has children or that will have children, that God is love. He's powerful.
The bottom line. The
Yes.
bottom line, God is love. Speaking of love,
Yes.
June been married since she was 19.
Right.
So, June, tell me more.
Oh, my mom told me I got married at 19. I said, I'm going to get married when I'm 19.
It was just that simple. I mean, were your parents like, okay, we like him, this is all good, or was this I love you too, but you're gonna have to convince my parents?
Well, my dad asked me, did I love him? And I said yes. And he gave me his consent and said, well, you can get married then since you love him. And my mom was hollering, no!
Not baby June. And Latrice, just quickly with you, still single
Yes.
and still content.
Yes.
Dated at all?
Yeah, I was in a relationship about a year ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you would like to date me, latricepace.com.
Oh, let's be very clear. Somebody is very open, and I love the character. I told you there's always going to be a different story behind every sister. Listen, this conversation has been incredible, and we could just keep going. But I want to hear you sing. You'll sing, right?
Yeah. Of course.
All right, very good. When we return, you're going to hear from the Anointed Pace Sisters, a song you know and love. It's called You Know. Stay with us. We'll be right back.